Hi again. I wanted to make another video breaking down some of the core stuff that I posted before. So start in Tabletop, and this is kind of what we'll work on Saturdays, breaking down a lot of these moves and focusing on how the alignment makes a difference in how your body can do the movements. So start in Tabletop, and we'll start with cat-cow. So pretty typical yoga move where you're rounding your spine and then kind of arching your back. And then I want you to go ahead and pause and cow for a moment and just sort of let your pelvis stay there. So you don't have to like actively force it into an untuck, but just kind of let it stay there a little bit relaxed. And then you may notice that your rib cages kind of droop down there a little bit. So keep your pelvis where it's at, pretty relaxed there. But then use the top of your abs to kind of pull the bottom part of your rib cage up without tucking your pelvis. So I'll show that again. So you kind of let your pelvis relax into this untucked position. And then if your ribs are kind of dropped down, you're going to use the top part of your abdominals to pull the base of the rib cage up. And what that's going to do is get this top part of your core working a lot more. So another thing we'll talk about on Saturday a lot in relationship to core movements is how our arm positioning matters, and it can really help turn on the lats if we do this next part. So you want to have your shoulders, we tend to kind of carry them up here because we tend to use a lot of trapezius tension to hold us here. Instead, let your shoulders come down toward your hips. And then put a little bend in your elbows, and you may notice your elbows kind of bend out to the side. Instead, swing them around so that they would bend straight back toward your thighs. And you can straighten them out again, but keep that action of rotating them in toward each other. And then press into the ground so your spine kind of lifts up a little bit. And keep pulling your shoulders down toward your hips. And what those two things are going to do with that arm positioning is make it so that your lats can hold some of your weight here and participate more. So hopefully you're feeling a little more strength now. You can take a break whenever you need to. But again, it's really that pelvis is kind of relaxed forward. The base of the rib cage is being pulled up. Elbows are rolling in toward each other. And then shoulders are down toward your hips. And then you can stay here, or if you want a little bit more intensity, you can tuck your toes under and maybe hover your knees like an inch off the ground. See how that feels? Or you could try putting your knees back down, walking your knees back and going into kind of a kneeling plank. So letting your pelvis relax forward, but still keeping shoulders down, elbows in, and then the base of the rib cage kind of pulling up. And you should feel maybe some more support and some more work from your core muscles. And we'll talk a lot more about all those things on Saturday. I'll give you guys some feedback and really help you feel that your core is participating more in some of these movements that you're doing you're trying to work your core. So see you Saturday. Thanks for watching.